guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about James Charles once again. A lot of new things have happened in the last week or so about the accusations towards him. He finally addressed it, in quotations, in more depth, and even more alleged victims have come out to share their experience. But before we get into the tea, make sure to subscribe to this channel and give this video a thumbs up and turn on your post notification. It really helps support this channel. Okay, so as you guys know, James Charles has been in quite the situation these past weeks. Some could say Bye Sister 2.0 is happening. He's been allegedly sending inappropriate messages and pictures to underage teenagers. He's claimed that they lied about their age, saying that they're 18 years old. James also says that as soon as he learned that they are not of age, he immediately stopped communicating with them. There have been such allegations a few months ago, and some new have come out, and so many creators have expressed how they feel about this, from Trisha and Ethan and many more. We're gonna go over all of that and all of the updates on the situation, from James's official apology, reactions to it, and how YouTube is handling this as of now. Alright, so let's get into it. Firstly, like we already mentioned, there have been more people coming out with their stories regarding James. A boy on TikTok shared that James had messaged him on Snapchat before. He showed screenshots and put it on his private Snap story. James apparently got mad at him for showing their messages, and he had the nerve to say that lying about your age is a crime. Meanwhile, he himself has had explicit conversations and sent images to minors as a 21-year-old man. And the thing is, people are really pissed right now at James because he's not even trying to confirm if some of these people are 18 or not. Also, people have brought it up that if you're an adult and you're having a hard time figuring out if someone is over the age of 18, there is a problem. Some comments say that all of these boys do look very young, and people are shocked that James at that point had not come out to say anything in a more serious matter other than his no app apology on Twitter. Here are screenshots of what the conversation between the boy and James was. The boy also said that he had to delete TikTok because of his parents, and he shared this saying, "Parents made me take it down because they apparently got contacted by the police. Everything in the video is 100% real." And as of the situations happening around James Charles and David Dobrik, YouTube announced a new feature that might be implemented in the near future, showing the number of likes on a video and not showing the dislikes to the viewers. And some people have mentioned how during James Charles' scandals, YouTube decides to introduce new changes to the platform. If you remember, during Bye Sister, YouTube changed the way subscriber count works due to people having subscriber drop count parties, watching how many followers James Charles will lose. One user said, "Why is that whenever a creator you prop up gets into hot water, James Charles with people unsubbing and Dobrik now, you fundamentally change the site for everyone. Who is this for?" Another thing that has been circling around has been this clip of James on the Impulsive podcast, where he specifically corrects himself when he talks about the age range of the people he dates. James corrects himself from people in high school to seniors in high school, which, by the way, just because you're a senior in high school, it doesn't mean you are of age, depending on what time of the year you were born. But anyway, again, if you need to be confirming someone's age so bad, maybe they are too young for you.
I've talked to guys that live in different states and stuff, and I'm like, hey, like, why don't you come visit? And like, well, I can't afford a plane ticket. Yep. And it's like, okay, well, I can. So like, get on the plane. And like, well, I just don't really feel comfortable with that. But like, I love you and I really want to be together. And I'm like, well, we can't be together because you can't afford a plane ticket. You're probably still in either high school or college, like a senior in high school or in college.
Right.
Also, recently, a girl from his high school posted this video. She talked about how he would catfish boys from their school, presenting himself as a girl. Wasn't there a situation where James did that also on Tinder or another dating app as well?
Is it just me, or does like everybody from the 518 just know that James Charles catfished his whole high school soccer team for all their and like nobody ever says anything? We all know it, but all the people from his hometown just don't say anything. Like, what?
Moving on, here is what other popular creators had to say on this situation. Ethan Klein said, "James Charles is just trying to get his name trending, y'all, let's go." T-Spell says, "The thing I don't understand about the James Charles situation is how a 21-year-old finds that attractive. That boy looks like he's about to go off and start his first day of high school at best to me." And a few jokes were made, like Chris Clemens said, "Ugh, my dog needs a haircut. Could use some good recommendations since Google is of no help." Def Noodles tweeted, "Quick summary of every time James Charles got exposed for allegedly having inappropriate contact with a minor. First time, fool me once, shame on you. Second time, fool me once, shame on you. Third time, fool me once, shame on you. Fourth time, fool me once, shame on you." Keemstar said, James Charles, he lied about his age, said he was 18. Def Noodles also said, who could have seen this coming? James Charles exposed for allegedly having inappropriate conversations with a fan. While this fan is not underage, he says, there are so many people out there that have been victims of James Charles, adding James uses his power to shut them down. James was also dropped by his show Instant Influencer. Apparently their second season will not include James because it won't be about a beauty influencer. Although everybody thought that the show was James's, so that's kind of a big surprise since it was pretty successful because of him. And now finally, let's talk about his apology video. First of all, the audio is noticeably quiet. He said he was all by himself, no one else was helping him do the video, and he mentions that he is filming the video in the middle of the night and he's not going to be putting out receipts and proof to back himself up.
As many of you guys know, about 2 years ago now, I was involved with a very public online scandal in which some fellow YouTubers made some very serious accusations against me, and within the past couple of weeks, similar accusations are being made again, and I think it's very important that I get on camera and talk to you guys honestly about what is going on.
James admits to 2 of the accusations, which is a bit of an understatement since more had come out at that point as well as older accusations were brought up from last year. He said that he planned to do a video addressing all of this straight away, but his excuse was that he was so desperate to find a boyfriend at the time. He was hoping it would be a guy his age or older. But there is an insider article that kind of debunks this statement. James mentioned in his apology video that if he actually took 5 seconds to look at their social media, he could have known their age, but he didn't do that now, did he? He also talks about how he now sees the power dynamic between a celebrity and a fan. He said that he understands it now, how his influence can be harmful, and the fan would do anything just because James could have said so. Another thing people brought up when talking about his apology was actually the fact that James said in his 2019 No More Lies video that he would make sure to always fact check everything and make sure that he does what he has to do on his part. But since then, T channels like T-Spill and SpillSush have said multiple times when the first accusations came out, James should really be checking IDs. He can't be too cautious with this. He needs to take this more seriously. And now it just shows that he didn't really do the things he said he would. This just discredits his word, and honestly, who is gonna trust him now? It's been 2 years. Another thing to mention is that in the apology, he didn't address his aggression towards the victim. From the screenshots earlier, you can see his tone was not really kind. It's concerning. And a lot of the videos seemed like it was just filler sentences, like he tried to make it seem as there is more of him to say, but it was pretty much the same thing over and over. A lot of I'm learning, educating myself, and so on. James said from now on, he's not gonna treat his social media and his For You pages like a dating app. He added that he's really sorry towards the victims and his friends and family because he didn't take the situation seriously soon enough. In conclusion about his apology, James didn't really explain the severity of the situation. No mention or use of the words minor, underage, news, etc., which makes it seem less serious than it actually is. He also compared his last apology and how he used all of the receipts in there, but now that's not the way he wants to address this. Also, a journalist brought up a concern that he might have bought likes for the video because it was a bit strange how the likes were increasing compared to the views. A few videos analyzing James's body language came out. Here are some of them. Check them out. In those videos, it's mentioned that he's not wearing any makeup. The background could signify him trying to seem more sincere. A lot of brow twitching and gulping, which means he's under stress when he talks about this. The low audio is also a sign and is compared to certain parts in the video where he's louder and speaks with more confidence. James also messes up a few times and he doesn't really cut it out the video. And he has talked about how he refilms things multiple times, so everything is perfect, which means now he could be trying to sound more confused or not scripting the video, so it might seem more genuine. And there are many more things, but towards the end of the video, he actually sounds happy and he's smiling, which could mean that he thinks it's all done. He did what he had to do and he's gonna get away with it. And finally, here are some of the comments on his apology video. I'm waiting for the actions led to consequences video. What is happening to James and David aren't scandals, they're literal crimes. When you need to write a 2,000-word essay on a bug and you only remember 2 things. Sorry that you found out type of vibes. When he started blaming others for using him for his fame, he got significantly louder. I hate when people say, I'm sorry if I hurt you, and not that I'm sorry that I hurt you. It's legit so telling about people and it shifts blame.
Since his apology, there has been a total, get ready, drum roll please, 15 boys in total have made allegations against James for sending an inappropriate message, and 9 of them are minors.
That's it for this video, you guys. There was a lot to cover. Took a while to make sure we have all the new updates on this. I'm sure more will come out. Make sure to comment your thoughts down below. There is a lot to discuss. All right, bye.